Hello friends, today I'm going to discuss about inverse trigonometric function. Identity of inverse trigonometric function. For number 1, sine inverse of x is equal to x, and that this x is between -1 and 1, and cos inverse of x is x, in this x is between -1 and 1, and tan inverse of x is x, and x belongs to any real number, and cot inverse of x is equal to x, and x belongs to real number, and sec inverse of x is equal to x, x belongs to real number -1 and 1, and cosec inverse of x is equal to x, and x belongs to real number -1 and 1. So let's prove this one. For number 1, this one, let sine inverse of x is equal to y, let's say. So from this, x is sine of y. So in this again, if you multiply by sine on both sides, so sine inverse of x is equal to sine y. So sine inverse of x is equal to this sine y is same as x, so which is x. So this is for first part, and for second, let this cos inverse, so let cos inverse of x is equal to y, that means x is equal to cos of y. So this one, if you multiply by cos on both sides, cos inverse of x is equal to cos y, and then you will get cos inverse of x is equal to cos y is same as x. So this is second part, and for third, then is tan inverse of x equal to x. So let same tan inverse of x is equal to y. This means that x is equal to tan y, and from this, if you multiply this both side by tan, you will get tan inverse of x is equal to tan y. So tan inverse of x is equal to tan y is just x. So this is third, and for fourth, then is fourth is cot inverse of x is equal to x. So same thing, let cot inverse of x is equal to y, which implies that x is equal to cot y. So if you multiply this by cot inverse of x is equal to cot y, that means cot inverse of x is equal to cot y is just x. So this is fourth, and now for fifth one, let's prove here. Fifth one is sec inverse of x is equal to x. So same thing. So let sec inverse of x is equal to y, which implies that x is equal to sec of y. So this one, if you multiply both sides by sec inverse of x is equal to sec y. So sec inverse of x is equal to sec y is x. So and number 6, then is cosec inverse of x is equal to x. So same thing, let cosec inverse of x is equal to y. So x is equal to cosec of y, and this one, if you multiply both sides by cosec, so you get cosec cosec inverse of x is equal to cosec of y. So cosec inverse of x is equal to cosec y is just x. So this